Right, we're going on a drive. So we're going on a big drive today. We are going down to Cornwall. Now Cornwall, we're actually going down to Perranporth, which is about 300 miles away as the crow flies, but actually the drive is going to take us about 370 miles. As I sit here now, this car is fully charged. It's got 99% charge, and it's got 268 miles of indicated range. I've had a quick look. I haven't had a massive look. There's lots of chargers around. The range of this car means we'll be well in range of any chargers, despite only having like 10% left on the battery or whatever. We are targeting either to get to Bristol, and there's a big charging hub there around the M5, which is about 219 miles away, or Wincanton, which is about 217 miles away. But just depending on which way we go, because the sat nav is telling us to go M4, M5, but earlier in the week it was indicating that A303 was better. So we'll see what it says when we actually get going and when we get closer to there, because there could always be accidents and incidents and things. But either way, if we go down the A303, Wincanton, if we go down the M4, M5, then it will be Bristol-ish. Now, the thing about those things is that they're both 4 hours away. So we are going to need to stop for human reasons by about 2 hours. So I think what's going to happen on this journey, it doesn't matter which way we go or how we cut it, we are going to need to stop at 2 hours. And so I think what we'll try and do is basically, if we're stopping at 2 hours for a break, then we'll just charge the car if there's a charger available. If we won't, we'll carry on to either Bristol or Wincanton, and we will try and make it to one of those. And if we see the battery is not going to make it, we'll dive off somewhere before we get there. So this is going to be a real test of the real world range of this car. So stick around, we'll see how it goes. It's going to take all day.
Yeah. We're at school for 6 hours, for 6 hours. We're going for a whole full day.
We get there for dinner, that'd be good. Get the phone out of my pocket.
We were talking about it.
Right, well it still reckons it's going to be M4, so
I'll see.
That's the way we're going to go for now. You could all change.
This is going to be fun.
I think you might be disappointed.
A 6 hour drive.
A 6 hour drive might not be the funnest thing you've ever done. Right, bit of an update for you. We're nearly at the M25 and just getting an idea of what sort of range we're going to get out of the car. So we're about 10 miles from the M25, which is about 65 miles from our home, and it's predicting our range currently as 208 miles of range. So if we go on like this, we're definitely going to make the charge point that we want outside Bristol, because that is way shorter than the range that the car was estimating. So even with a slightly higher battery consumption than the initial range was predicting, it's still not too bad. It's about 5-10 miles difference depending on the exact distance that we've travelled. The only thing I'd say is the roads have been really slow because there's been a lot of road work, so we haven't been going 70 miles an hour all the way, which has probably helped our range out quite a lot. So we'll see how the M25 is and the M4 is. If they're slightly faster, the range might draw in slightly. So we're going to stop before we get to Bristol anyway. We'll stop probably around Reading, Swindon type location. So if there's a charger there that's free whilst we're having a break, we'll stick it on and charge it there anyway, just to give us a bit of peace of mind. But so far so good, quite boring, very comfortable. The radar cruise control is amazing. It makes the driving long distance super easy. So yeah, really enjoying it. We'll check in a bit. Come on then, do the maths. 72 times 8.5. I mean, if it was 10, it would be £7.20, so it's less than £7.20.
£6.12.
£6.12. So do 270 miles-ish, so let's say it's 240 miles. 240 miles, what did you say? £6.12. £6.12. Wow. Cheap, cheap. Right, roll on M4. Can I sit in the back and watch the aeroplanes? Right, time for a quick update. So we are now just coming off the M25 to go onto the M4, and we've got 160 miles of range left on the GOM. It's about 40 miles from the junction of the A12 to the M4, so that's about right. Again, the roads have been quite slow. People seem to be driving really slowly. The last time I was on the M25, people were doing like 100 miles an hour, so I don't know what's gotten into them. But yeah, we're just coming off onto the M4 now, 160 miles to go, so the range is looking really good. However, I do have a slight bladder issue, so it looks like my range is going to be less than this car's range. So we'll stop soon, but we'll get onto the M4 before we do. Alright, so we're just pulling into Redden Services because I have range issues with my bladder, and we need a break because we've been going on the road for now 2 hours. It's about 10:30, and I think it's about 90-80 miles to the charger that we intended to charge the car. I don't really want to charge the car too early because then it won't charge. It's pointless, really. So we've got 49% battery and 128 miles of range. So unless there's a charger here on Freevend, and I don't think there's that many chargers here at all, I don't think we'll even bother to charge here. We'll just carry on to Bristol and charge there, because there's like 16 chargers at Bristol. So that's probably what we're going to do. So we'll check back then. Right, so we've just had a break. We just stopped for a quick bite to eat, a bit of a second breakfast. We haven't bothered to charge. There's actually quite a lot of work going on here regards chargers. There's GridServe, I think, are putting a load of new chargers in there. There's a couple of GridServe, like the old electric highway style chargers over there. There was one free, but we've only been like 10 minutes, so there wasn't really much point in charging. And we've got 122 miles of range, and our destination to actually charge and have some lunch is 76 miles away, so we should be good to charge at Bristol, which is really, really good for the range of this car. So loving it already. So yeah, let's get going.
Yeah, they've just realised that.
You've just gone the wrong way, haven't you?
Totally.
And go back on the M4 and you go that way. They literally just come off the M4 and now they're going to go back on the M4. Nice one. What geniuses. Geniuses at work. £1.94 for diesel. £1.94.9. £1.89.9 for petrol. Onwards. 71 miles. So we are, where are we? We're just outside Bristol. We're just about to go on the M5 in 9 miles. We've got 12 miles until our destination where we're going to charge and have some lunch. And I've just been given the warning, low battery, as it's just ticked under 20%. But the slightly hilarious thing about that is I've got 42 miles left. So yeah, it's all relative, I guess, but having 42 miles left and giving it low battery warning seems like a little bit premature, to be honest. Anyway, we've got 12 miles to go, so we should make it with no problem, and hopefully we'll get a quick charge and some lunch, and then we'll be on our way. Wow, and there is a massive traffic jam on the M5. We're just coming off the M5 to find our charger, but the progress we would have made otherwise is questionable because it is absolutely rammed. So yeah, we're definitely choosing the right time of the day to have some lunch, or it is lunchtime, and yeah, hopefully they will miss the rush, although it is a Friday, so we may well not. We may well come straight back out into that traffic jam in a little while. So we'll see. But now we're just going to find our charge stop. There should be a McDonald's and an Instavolt. So it's going to be McDonald's for lunch and Instavolt for the MG. And there's another set of charge points that aren't that far either.
Oh, McDonald's seems pretty popular.
Yeah, so do the chargers.
Oh, don't say that.
Oh no. We can't charge the vehicle.
Are they all full?
I can't.
Let's go and check the other ones out.
Yeah, apparently it's in that station.
Really? What, 18 chargers?
Yeah, apparently it's in there. Oh yeah, they're underneath the shelters.
Oh yeah, wow.
That's nice little.
Wow, there's no one there. Obviously the Instavolt ones are really popular. Wow. Check out these chargers.
And budgeons.
And the budgeons.
And budgeons.
150 kilowatts. Wow. Check this lot out.
Okay. Our charger at home does 7 kilowatts. Just to give you some idea.
Alright, we're here. Let's oh, it's a tap and go, so we should be good. Well, that was painless as long as it's working. There you go, fast charging.
Cool.
Awesome. And it's got a nice screen, unlike the Leaf when you do on a 22 kilowatt. It actually tells you what it's doing. Although Leaf did tell you on fast charging, just not on slow charging.
It's already 13. Cool.
There you go. So we're just having lunch.
Yes.
We didn't go to McDonald's in the end because the Instavolts looked really busy and the car park was looking really busy as well. So we just came down the road to this new service station here, which has got 8 stalls for charging electric vehicles. It's amazing. They're all 150 kilowatts, and plug the MG in, absolutely no problems. Just tap my card, plug the car in, and it's charging at 90 kilowatts. And since we've had lunch, it's already up to 50%. We got here and it was about 13%, something like that, left on it. Now about 34 miles left on the GOM, so we could have gone a little bit further, but it was lunchtime. The M5 was absolutely rammed, so there was really no point. So we just had a nice little lunch here, let the car charge for a little bit longer, probably charge it up to 80%, something like that. We'll see if the charge starts to tail off as well, and then we'll get back on the road. But yeah, I'm really impressed, and I'm really impressed with this this location as well. It's not far off the M5, so it's not really that far out of your way. There's a petrol station here too, nice Greggs and Budgeons, where you can get all your food and stuff. So yeah, no, really impressed all round, really nice. So yeah, well done to these guys. Right, so we've actually charged to 80% in about, what, 40 minutes?
Tell me about that.
40 minutes. We're not quite sure how long because somebody has decided to distribute their caravan over the M5. So we're just trying to work out exactly which way to go. So whilst we were doing that, the car finished charging. It looks like it cut out at 80%, so I don't know whether that's just designed to do that. If we go into the battery menu, yeah, it's come back down to there for some reason. I don't know what that is all about. Okay, anyway, it's charged to 80%, which we've got 190 miles, and we're only 160 odd miles to go. 140 miles.
Oh no, sorry, 167.
Right, okay. So, yeah, it was pretty uneventful charging really. So, off we go again. So we're going on a bit of a detour through Bristol because of all the traffic problems. But, I think it's going to have one nice little advantage to it. You might want to get that camera out again, actually.
That's what I was thinking.
It's just round this corner. It is very beautiful here. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, there it is. There it is.
People walk on
Look at that.
You can drive over
You can
it.
drive over it, darling. That's the Clifton suspension bridge. Wow.
It's huge.
Yeah.
That is stunning. I think that was worth the diversion just on its own. What a fantastic bridge.
Next time we go on it.
Yeah, maybe.
On the way back, can we go on?
Well, hopefully on the way back we won't need to come through Bristol, but you're going to go through Bristol, you might as well see the Clifton suspension bridge.
Yeah, totally agree.
Wow.
I'm not sure if it's more impressive this angle or actually being up
no,
there.
it's definitely more impressive underneath. Oh my god. So after an hour in traffic at least, maybe more, we're back on the M5, so we've still got 146 miles to go because of all of the accident and everything. We've seen some nice scenery. We've got 181 miles left on the GOM, so we probably will not get there with that much range left, but we'll get there. If anything, like before is to go by. But it has led me to think I'm a bit annoyed because when we left off, the range was set to charge to 100%, but when we plugged it in and left it on the rapid charger, it's reset itself to only charge up to 80%. So I get why, because the other 20% will take ages to charge, but we were looking at maps and working stuff out, so we could have just done a bit more, so we would have had a little bit more, but there's plenty of other charges on the way. It's been a bit of a horrendous second leg of this journey, so we'll probably stop again just to have something to drink. So if there's a rapid charger there, we'll put a bit more in it a little bit further down the road, so we'll check in then. So we are, we're at Exeter. What are we doing? Well, we've been going forever because of the traffic, as I've already said. It's been quite slow going, but it's been mostly going on the M5. We're just coming off the M5 now onto the A30, and we've got 88 miles to go, and we've got 134 miles of range. So. We're going to make it with no problem. We've also found on the map that there's actually a pub with a rapid charger in Cornwall, not too far away from where we're staying. So that might be quite a nice thing to do, is go and have a meal at the pub whilst the car charges. Because if it charges anything like it did at the first stop, it will be charged in half an hour and we'll still be eating our food. So again, it won't be it won't be something that's going to slow us down. I mean, this journey is going to have taken almost 11 hours by the time we're done, and it should have taken 7, and that none of that has been to do with this car. If we were in a combustion engine, we would have had this exactly the same journey time, because we've not
been kind.
Well, it's not been kind, but we've not had to wait for this to charge, have we? We were just having lunch, so, and then stressing about which journey how we would get here. So that's it. Hopefully when we check in next, we'll be there, or we might stop for a drink before. I don't know. Maybe we might stop for a drink before. Could do with a cup of tea. Right, we've decided to park up for a bit because it's been a bit of a journey. So we've got some refreshment and we've had some comfort breaks all round. But we're actually the petrol station we stopped at. It's got a pretty clapped out looking Genie Point charger, but it actually is charging, so we thought, well, we might as well while we're here, because we did need to stop, use the toilet, have a break, have a drink, and this thing charges so fast. I think this charger is actually slower. I think this is a 50 kilowatt. Is it 50? 50 kilowatt?
50 kilowatt.
Yeah, so we think this one's a 50 kilowatt charger, so it won't charge as fast, but I think we're already up to 50%, so let's see on the screen here. 53%, I can't remember what we came in with, but less than 100 miles. I think we were down to...
Let's just put on 3% with us sitting here.
Yeah. Just show you how much it's going up by. I mean, we don't need to charge really, but it just means we're not going to need to charge some other time. But anyway, that's what we're doing. We don't need to charge, but we are. So we shall charge, have a drink, and then when we're finished our drinks, we'll go.
We've got about another hour.
Another hour in the car, yeah, so we might as well have a break now. But we're nearly there, finally we're nearly there. We should have been there at 2 o'clock this afternoon, I think that's what it said when we left. We should have been there at 2.
Yeah.
But it's taken, what is it now? It's 5:15 now. So that is how bad the
M5.
delays were getting around the M5, and the roads getting around the M5 were just a nightmare. So yeah, all good fun, but yeah, the humans need charging now. So we just left. We've put I think we put about 12 kilowatt hours into the battery. I think something like that. We're at 58%. So it was just a quick run. I mean, literally, we just went in, had a drink, used the toilet, stretched my legs, and then we were off again. So probably not the most cost-effective way of charging, to be honest, because they charge. I think the Genie Point one, I think they all do. I think they charge a connection fee. So once you're connected, you might as well charge for a while. But it was just. It's just to use it, really, just to get the experience. We used the app, the Genie Point app, which worked fine. The charger looked a bit tatty, so I had to find where the reference number is just to make sure I was starting to charge on the right charge point. But it was the top one in the list. It was the one that you would expect, because you're 0 miles away from it. But yeah, I mean, it started charging straight away. It worked well. They just need to. Yeah, maybe just make it look a bit nicer. I think it looks like it's been driven into a few times. But yeah, other than that, it worked alright. So, we know it's a good charger. Might use it on the way back, or I don't know, something like that. But yeah. Anyway, how long have we got to go now? Hour and 14 minutes. So, what a day. Be worth it in the end. sheep on the road.
Sheep on the road, apparently, according to Waze chat going on. We're not even on a rural road.
Where's the sheep? Can we just open the sunroof and say, get out of the way, you stupid sheep?
Sheep. Whatever next? Next time we're flying. Well, we're nearly there, aren't we? Yeah, finally.
I can see the destination.
Right. After travelling all day, we're nearly there, and we've got 1.7 miles to go. And we've got 57 miles of range left in the car, 28% battery. So anyway, we're nearly there. We've got bags of range to go and find a charger at some point. We might do that tonight. We might not. Depends how we feel when we get in and how long it takes us to get sorted. But yeah, we're nearly there, but we'll check back when we get there. And then, we're here, literally here.
There.
This is the holiday. Here it is.
Technically, we've arrived.
We've actually
We've arrived.
Right here. We arrived. Hooray! We made it. We made it.
Yes.
Where's the? I have no idea where to go because I've forgotten all the instructions. We made it. And only one big charge. So that is bloody amazing. Although it didn't do the 270 miles it claimed. It probably would have got close though, because we did have miles left with when we charged. So that's not bad really. Although, you know, I think if the UK's roads were any better and we actually could do 70 miles an hour, it would be.
I don't know.
And there wasn't
I think
sheep blocking the road.
we would have eaten a bit more range, but
And there wasn't sheep.
that's the thing, isn't it? It's always like this now, isn't it? Just
Check it out.
yes.
When you get there, there'll be a stick on the door with your name on it. Alright.
Brilliant.
Thanks.
Thank you so
Cheers.
much. Right, let's turn left.
Right, navigator. Navigate me. Be on the lookout for 709.
Yeah, we're going to get to the end here. 709.
So which side's our car?
Here we go, 709.
Another EV.
Yeah,
Right,
so
so
it looks
Is
like
this your
the
709?
709 is this one.
Okay, here we are. Right.
We're here!
Yay, we're here!
Actually made
Made
it!
Awesome. Let's get out and unpack.
Yeah.
So there you go, boys and girls. The car didn't put a foot wrong. It took us from East Anglia to Cornwall with just one charge. But just exactly where had it taken us?